And then quite possibly the best one was this kid on TikTok is pretty good.
You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. No, don't change the subject.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. I mean, okay, buddy, a little off key to start, but when he hits that "I am gone," he holds it. He sells it well. I mean, get yourself a vocal coach. You could make something here. Hello everyone, I'm Marc Daniel Patrick, musical theater coach, and welcome to the room where it happens. And if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you don't miss an upcoming video. And what do you know it, that comment box on the other side is there for a reason. Send me your thoughts and suggestions for upcoming videos. I'd love to check those out as well. Today we're going to be reacting to what every musical theater fan should have been watching last weekend over and over again as the hit musical Hamilton was finally released on Disney+. Now, there are a ton of incredible performances in this show. I mean, Leslie Odom Jr. knocks it out of the park the entire show, Tony Award winner. Daveed Diggs sprinkling what he does best throughout the show, Tony Award winner. And Philippa Soo can make you weep every time she hits the stage. However, for this channel, we're going to take a look at what is simply a masterclass in acting through song, and that is Jonathon Groff's take as King George III in his performance of You'll Be Back.
A message from the King, a message from the
Apparently, the story on that walk apparently is that headpiece was just so heavy for him to have to walk with, that he started to actually mock the walk as he's starting to come forward, just because he's trying to balance himself, because they gave him a ridiculously heavy headpiece to walk on stage with.
You say the price of
Okay, so now on that, he does it a couple of times in this performance, but you normally wouldn't break that fourth wall. There's an entire sort of hip-hop vibe going on through the entire show. That's the tone they've set, and all of a sudden he throws this 60s ballad at you, and these piano chords coming at you are something you haven't heard all of a sudden in this show. So it completely takes you out of the show. It's supposed to be just a relief almost for the audience to see, some comedic relief to see what's going on the other side of the pond. But this is, so breaking that fourth wall and letting the audience in a little bit, don't have a problem with it.
my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you heard in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man.
This was what I love about the filmed version of this show is the close-ups. It allows you it almost turns it into film-like. Well, it is a film, but it turns it into what actors would have to deal with on film, where the camera's right there all of a sudden and you can't hide. You can't hide because you're on stage and the guy in row 26Z can't see what you're doing, right? He's all of a sudden, you have to be on your game. You have to be emoting everything through your eyes, through your face. And Jonathon Groff, I mean, absolutely delivers.
You'll be back, soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes,
see, and the biggest thing about it is this song is for the audience, like we just discussed, but he's accosting the audience, right? He's almost treating them as the revolution that left him. You can see his gaze. He's picking points in the audience and really just hammering in on that and just making it so uncomfortable for that one audience member. But it's fantastic. It's direct. It's keeping his focus. You are engaged. You don't want to look away from him, just as he's not looking away. Like it's perfect.
you shove I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da.
Now that's a little bit of genius of Lin-Manuel of writing, and John just plays it up so well. But the king, obviously, King George is noted as being someone who went mad during his time in power, and there's a lot of odes to that, a lot of references to that he throws into this. But Lin-Manuel giving him how many bars of just singing da 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 is fantastic. Right, is almost like someone like a mad person. They just all of a sudden just going off and into their own world and just sort of singing them to themselves. Yeah, that's a perfect touch.
It's raining and you can't go.
Setup.
You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And now, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my...
So that 3 seconds alone is breaking the internet in a way for Hamilton. There are so many articles I've read of that people just can't handle that. To be honest, I was surprised by the reaction on the internet, just because I knew it was coming. But there's a couple of good ones I loved, like Calvin here clearly wearing his Corona face shield. I thought that one was pretty funny. Another one here, Teddy Seigel, which is clearly just a woman running through a sprinkler on Twitter. And then quite possibly the best one was this kid on TikTok. Is pretty good.
You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. No, don't change the subject.
It's good. It's really good. I mean, okay, buddy, a little off key to start, but when he hits that "I am gone," he holds it. He sells it well. I mean, get yourself a vocal coach. You could make something here. So let's go through a couple of things. One, there's some theories that he's doing it on purpose. I would say 50% true. I think, there are reports, and I think he's actually admitted that he used to drink quite a bit of water and sort of hold that in his mouth a little bit before he went on stage to sing this number, just to be able to get that. That's another reference to the king. As he was going mad, he would usually foam and spit a lot, apparently. So that's just a history nod there. Second part of it is Jonathon Groff is a spitter. I mean, during his time at Spring Awakening, every time he's been on stage, he's admitted to it. He's expressing and he's enunciating so much that it happens. I mean, it's not unusual in musical theater for the first 2 rows to be somewhat of a splatter zone. God bless the orchestra pit. It's just everyone is in firing range, and that's just the ones who are doing it properly. That's what's going to happen. If you're sitting in the front row of a Broadway musical, you are most likely going to be spit on, just because they're enunciating so well and trying to project to an entire theater. The front row pays the price of it, right? The fact that in the film version, and he knows it's a close-up coming in, he's not hiding it. He wants that there. To me, it's a brave choice. To me, he knows he's going to be somewhat accosted for it by some people, but it got your attention. It brings you. It's real. It's a nod to the character, and it's really, I think, truly what was needed for that. This is the first time you see the other side of the king. This is the other time where you see like the really the unhinged, angry version of the king, and to me that's a perfect touch.
My sweet, submissive subject, my loyal, royal subject, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
See, and again, any students in musical theater, let that be a lesson to you. Look how long he holds that gaze. I know I keep harping on this, I'm sorry, but There's so many tendencies when you're singing in a masterclass or even on stage. A lot of actors will do it too. There's a tendency to start to project your song to the entire audience. You think you need to, present the song to this side, present the song to this side. I mean, possibly in the Oklahoma days, Oh What a Beautiful Morning, perhaps that's more the style. For this, it has to be more character driven. It has to be more intentful. He picks a spot in the audience and he's just holding that for as long as he can, and it brings you in. It draws you in even closer. It's not this airy back and forth. It's a good lesson. It's a good lesson to teach that not everything needs to be played to the entire audience. Picking a spot and just delivering it can be just as powerful.
You'll be back like before. I will
eyes,
fight
he's going
the
mad.
fight
Look at
and
this.
win the war for your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love.
When you start to add layers like that to your performance, it allows the audience going to react to something like that even more, because right, we talked about the gaze. He's going to pick a spot in the audience and just accost that spot and just keep it and make you feel so uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden, when he can deliver a line of like, I'll kill your friends and family, but he can deliver it so light and airy, and it becomes so funny. It's just a very layered performance up and down that he's pulling in his reactions. He's getting these reactions that he needs from the audience because of the layers he's throwing in.
Da 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 yada da 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 da. Everybody.
So that line he's changed from when he originally did this show. When he first started the run of King George, he used to sing that song like everybody, like sort of like bringing in everyone in a nice merry moment. He's changed it to this, and I love it where he just off to the side where it's like everybody. It's almost as if the entire cast has missed their cue, and he's just helping bring them in. It's something very subtle, very small, but I love that change. I think that's the right way to deliver it. Look at that. I love that freeze frame at the end. He looks mad. He looks like that face looks like he doesn't know what he just sang. That face screams to me like, I don't know what I just did. I'm standing here. I have no idea what I just said to everyone. And the fact that he can hold it for so long shows how much he's in it and shows how committed he is. But that's perfect. So like I said, maybe a lot of people might not be that familiar with Jonathon Groff, and if you are, you're maybe not that familiar with Jonathon Groff on stage. If you've had a chance to see him live on stage, it's an absolute treat. He's one of the best. I will say that's why I enjoy this performance so much, because it is essentially like a masterclass performance. Where you're all alone on stage, you have no one else to react to, nothing else to catch you if you fall, and you need to be able to hold that stage. You need to be able to hold that entire audience. And obviously the song helps, the lyrics and the music is going to help you a lot, but that character is built in with layers. That character is built in. I mean, the amount of time he has spent to build that one performance, I can only imagine. And it wouldn't just happen overnight. Obviously, some people have this obviously natural gift and ability, but he's layering it. He's gone in, I'm sure, in rehearsals, and he's tried different things and seeing what lands and seeing what doesn't, and what feels good and what doesn't feel good. It's a very calculated performance, and it's not easy work, but when you can get to the point where it's here, where it's set and it's ready to go, it's absolutely invigorating, and this is the result. Okay, that's all we have for this video today. There will be plenty more Hamilton reaction videos coming up, I promise you that. In the meantime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an upcoming episode. Any thoughts or suggestions for upcoming videos, please throw them in the comments below. And until next time, I'm Mark Daniel Patrick, and thank you so much for watching.